Hello all, my name is Piotr and I build Ru guitars. Yes, I did sand the back again for a couple reasons. One is that after applying several coats on top of the stain, I realized that there was not enough stain and it was just getting diluted. Well, it got diluted with the first layer of poly, I suppose, and it was transparent. I wasn't going for transparent. I thought of using it as sort of sunburst at the back, but that's not what this plan was. So, and also when I went to flat sanded with 1200, I made a few scratches that I was hoping would disappear with the next coat, and they did not. So I had to sand it all down. As I mentioned, I'm fine with it because it's not taking much material at all. It's only sanding down I'm only sanding it down until I reveal the wood, not even until I sand off the stain, because I'm just adding stain. So I only used 320. It worked perfectly. There are no scratches on the back that I can see. And I already applied 4 coats of stain to make sure that it's absolutely covered, and the first coat of the varnish. I think I will try even different method. I will use a small piece of this microfiber cloth to apply a dry layer of poly, and if it's not dry, I'll wipe it off, because I'm hoping that this will prevent streaks. And if I can do anything to prevent streaks and not have to flat sand it, that will be half of the problem gone. I don't want to wet sand when I need to flat sand the back. I want to avoid water on this body. Well, if I have to, I will, I suppose, but if I can avoid it by not creating streaks in the first place, that would be perfect. I'm still very surprised how well this finish looks on sides. It's got some drips here and there, so before I go on to apply more coats on sides, I'm gonna have to sand it down a bit. I'm not worried about that. It looks really good. And I think I will add some turpentine to this mix to make it thinner. Tiny bit, not rocket surgery. If it was hot in here, I wouldn't bother with diluting it that much. But because it's really cold, what is it? It's 16 degrees. It's really cold. I wanted to have a chance to flatten out, self-leveling, so while evaporating, it actually levels off. And if it's too cold, it doesn't have a chance to do that. So I will take just a tiny bit, make sure it soaks in, so the pad is, well, it's not wet, it's more dry than wet, and I will apply, well, we've got streaks. What if I wipe it off? Okay, that could work. That could work. I can even apply more. Because the microfiber cloth soaks in the product evenly when wiping off, it will not leave streaks behind. Well, it shouldn't leave streaks behind, like the paper towel did. So I hope that wiping it off with this cloth will prevent streaks. Let's see. It's very streaky now, but if I gently wipe it off, I think it will take many more layers than it would otherwise if I wasn't wiping it off, because that creates even thinner coat. But yeah, there's no streaks. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. Here's the method. I'm going to do that for the next, well, looking by the progress, I'm going to do that for another 3 years, but I'm hoping that this will finally lead to something like a good finish. I really want to build it up so it's thick enough to protect the back. Right, and now I can bind the neck. Here's the neck. And here's the heat gun. I think I want to use superglue to attach the binding. It's quicker, it's well, it's quicker. Okay, so this is 1.6 mil. It's a very tall binding, which I forgot about. This is 1.5. I'm going to use 1.6 because that binding slot was cut for the thicker binding, so I need to go with 1.6. So I need to pre-cut the lengths of binding that I will need. There is plenty of material here. I'm not saving for future builds because this is an atypical binding and I don't expect to ever need it again. So I need to clean it up because it's got some masking tape residue, which is not going to help with the gluing process. This one will be for the other side with this transition to headstock, so it needs to be a bit longer. I think I'm going to start with this end, this side. I need to shape this section, and once this is shaped, I can glue the whole thing, tape it up, and work from there. Let's shape this binding. Okay, I've got the heat gun running in the background. I'm not sure if it's not going to be too loud, but what I need to do is to shape this transition here. It's a sharp edge to 45 degrees, I suppose, and if I bend the binding, it will simply break. So I'm not going to even try that. I need to warm it up like I did with the body binding, and I want to start as far that way as I can in case it breaks, because I have that much overhang. I suppose I should have started that when it was in one roll, so I can just cut it later when it's done, but well, Here we are. Okay, so this is becoming flexible. Need some more heat. Needs to be tighter corner. Don't want to overdo it with the heat because it will melt. No. But I have to heat it up, so well, I need a lot of heat to heat it up. Also, I want to use super glue because it's much easier to tape it up. I'm not worried about glue spilling over on the fretboard or on the neck. That makes absolutely no difference. There's no stain going on the neck, and the fretboard likes super glue. It just sands down and you can't see it. So I'm not worried about that, and it's much easier to use the masking tape to stick it on. Using acetone, I had to use a lot of tape to reach onto the body on both sides, to not rely on the tape directly at the binding, because acetone would melt the glue and that tape would not stick at all. With super glue I can just tape it directly here and it will stick. Even with squeeze out, I'll just scrape it off and it will be all fine. I don't know why it's taking so long. It bent and now it doesn't want to bend back, so I really don't want to break it off. So I'm trying to be very gentle and approach it very slowly. Last thing I want is that snapping off. Okay, I think that'll do. And what I want to do is to glue the first thread first and then force the binding in place, pushing it into the corner. But before I can start gluing, I need to make sure that the inside corner is knocked off. If there is any debris, there shouldn't be any, I've cleaned the slot. But if anything sticks to the very corner, if anything sticks to the corner, the binding will not sit all the way in. So I need to cut the very edge, just the inside edge. That should do the trick. Okay, yeah, that sits nicely. Okay, I will glue the first couple threads so that this stays in place when I force the corner in. Let's do that. Okay, that should do for now. Right. Let's find the perfect location, and that is here. Stick it in place for now so it doesn't move. When this is glued, that corner will fit in perfectly. Okay. I may need to use accelerator. Right. Let's see what happens. Come on. I think I should be wearing gloves actually, because it's super glue will be spilling over. Yeah. That could have been a good idea. Oh, come on. Already sticking to the fretboard. Okay. Huh. Okay, I think I'll have to do some sanding, because that is already sticking out here quite a bit. I'm not sure why that is. I'll take a thinner super glue to attach the corner. Not very thin, but medium thin. Great gloves. Okay. Now this. All the way down, and on the side, way too much glue. Way too much. But I need to hold it in place now. Hang on. Ooh, I'm gonna have to clean up the nut slot. Let's just do the whole thing. It's wicking in, it's thin enough to just wick in, so that's good. Although, I just have to hold it in place now. I could use a third hand to spray the accelerator here. Can't really see what I'm doing, can you? Sorry about that. Well, that's really uncomfortable, holding it like that, pressed in. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, I'll put some tape over it. just to hold it in place in case it's not fully dried yet. That binding is really tall and it sticks out of the fretboard quite a bit. I don't think this is good. I didn't really have a choice of sizes. It's either the thin one, 1.5 mil, and it's got your normal width, normal height, or it's 1.6 mil and it's this very tall one. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see what happens here. A lot of glue. It's not what I was going for, but it is what it is. Okay, I will carry on. I have to start with the thinner super glue here because this is already attached and I can't really open it up that much. So I think I will be just using this from now on. It wicks in nicely and it goes all the way down to the neck, so that's fine. Okay, that'll do. That will do. Come on. Let's tape it all up quickly before it dries in a weird position. Come on. Gloves are not the best with masking tape, but I don't want to be glued onto the fretboard. Come on. Nope, it's just not working. Okay. Okay. This is sticking out quite a bit. Wow, okay, a lot of scraping, I guess. I wonder why that is. It might be that when pulling the top of the binding here into the fretboard, it just twists the whole thing over. And I'd need to find a way to force it down without pulling it over. I thought that would be a much easier process. I don't know why. Shouldn't have any expectations from that really. I don't remember struggling so much on previous builds. Okay, let's see if I can just press it down, force it down here, and then gently tape it over on this side, if that would make a difference. Not sure if it does. I'm not sure if it does at all. Although this is not sticking nearly as much as it does here, so maybe it does work. Okay. Okay, so this is all taped up now. I'm going to leave it for like 10 minutes. I don't think it needs more than that. So that binding, like the one on the body, this is very tall and it needs to be cut down. I'm going to use Cheso, I think, to do that. And I'll do one side before I glue the other side so that I don't have to work with different angles, weird angles. That should be fine. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, there we have it. One side is stuck on. It does stick out in places, quite a bit actually, but I will scrape it off and that should be fine. It's left a superglue vapor marks here. That'll be cut off. I think that's the next thing I need to do, is to cut off the top to see if there are any gaps between the binding and the edge of the fretboard. I will just cut off the end here, leaving excess, because there will be a bit here that will need to butt against this binding, so I'll leave some sticking out. But that should do. This is the widest sharp chisel that I have. I have two more chisels that are wider than that, but they're not sharp at all. I'd have to go through the entire process of sharpening. Oh, nice. Well, that's suboptimal. We'll try to just add glue and retape it. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is down to the fretboard level, nearly. I don't want to go below it. Okay, so we are several hours later now, and I've been working on that in the background. I took the tape off, scraped the top of the other side, And I also glued those two wings at the end. I flooded it with super glue just to make sure that it sticks, and I need to cut it off and file it off. I don't want to put much pressure on it because it's still fresh, and I don't want it to just fly off. So I'll be very gentle with it, probably filing it down, and then I need to profile the fretboard again with radiusing block, just to make sure that it's all just one surface, and that will be the binding done. I think there may be some gaps where I was joining two pieces together, and I'll fix that using acetone and some binding melted. Just pop it in, it works perfectly. It's yeah, you can't see it, so it's really good. I'll start with maybe chiseling off the excess and then filing it flat with the fretboard. Not sure what's going to work best, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I can't see any gaps here or anywhere around, to be honest. So this looks good. It's stuck on properly. The only thing I need to fix is the underside. There's a gap here between the fretboard and the binding. I'm going to patch it up with some binding and acetone mixture. I could leave it like that because it's not visible at all, but yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to patch it up, then file it down and clean it up because it's full of glue here. This is all just messy. I won't leave it like that. But the top, I am very happy with what it looks like. I can sand it down with a higher grit just to see what it looks like. I will be correcting it with a radius block to make sure that the radius is there, and with a long sanding beam to make sure that it's just one surface and there's not going to be anything weird with threads. But just to see, I'm going to take 400 grit. 400 is fine enough to not change the radius, but just to show the surface nicely. Okay, I think this shows it nicely. There's a line between the two surfaces, but there's no gap. And if I sand the end properly, which I did not, if I sand it properly, we'll see if that will reveal a gap. Don't want to round it over in any direction. I really want it to be very square at this stage. The dent is gone and there is no gap. Let's see this side. No gap. Would you look at that? I sound surprised, but yeah, this is what I was expecting. So, right, I'm gonna leave it at this for this week. I had so much fun doing this. Scary as hell, but yeah, very rewarding when you look at clean fretboard with the binding. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of work to do with cleaning those slots, fret slots, and sanding it down again with the block and with the beam, making sure that the slots are deep enough. They should be, because I left some room for future sanding when I cut the fret slots. But I need to make sure that they actually are deep enough for the frets to go in. If not, I've got this small chisel to fix all that. I don't know what the next week plan is. I'm tempted to do the headstock, so drill tuner holes. I've got the tuners now, I can make sure that they fit perfectly. Drill them all the way through and then cut the headstock to roughly 15 mil, a bit more, because I will be sanding it on the bobbin sander. And I think that is the next logical step. I will be working on this in the background, as I said, cleaning fret slots, but also sanding and fixing the back here. I will not leave it like this because I don't like it. It will never be visible, but it has to be fixed. So yes, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping. Thank you for being here for this. Thank you for all the comments and support. And I will see you next week. Cheers. Love you, bye.